Hey, good afternoon, everyone. How's everybody today? So, coming to you today to kind of share my little collection of trainings here that I've collected over the years, and recently and just over time. There's actually 3 more transmissions that are still not here. They're still attached to engines at my house, so I'm over at the shop right now. But just wanted to kind of give everybody a rundown. I'm pretty sure the first thing everybody is going to ask is, why do I have so many of these trains? Well, the thing about it is a lot of these transmissions are getting really hard to come by. Well, the automatics are, of course. The G series, G5Ms, or I call them G series. Some people call them G5Ms. But they're getting hard to come by. Parts for them are getting hard to come by, and actually there's actually some places and dealerships and stuff that still offer some OEM stuff for these, stuff like that. Also have a few intermediate shafts there. I think 2 or 3 of them are for Escorts, and the other 2 are actually for first and second generation Pro GT. The reason why I got those intermediate shafts was because I wanted to see if I could make some brackets and potentially make one work, just in case I had to. Just in case there's no more of the Escort ones available, I can just use one of those and go from there. Figure out what the difference in length and all that stuff like that. So just trying to do some future things, because eventually this stuff is going to be 100% obsolete. So I just want to go ahead and share this with everyone. So I'll go over this transmission right here. Is for a Escort ZX2, Ford Escort ZX2. It's got the twin cam 2.0 in it. This what this transmission came from. This transmission came from a Escort LX, which has the 2.0 SPI engine in it. So basically it's a updated version of the CVH. It's just in a 2.0. It's got bigger valves, of course, bigger transmission, bigger flywheel clutch, all that stuff. Higher compression, a little bit bigger bore, stuff like that. But for the most part, the 2.0 SPI and the 1.9 SEFI are really similar. As a matter of fact, you can use both of these transmissions on the 1.9 SEFI. So if anybody ever wants to convert to a G series transmission from the F series that comes in the on the 1.9 liter SEFI Escort, you could always go to a SPI trans or ZX2 trans. So that's your best bet there. ZX2, I believe, started 98 to 2000 or 2003, something like that. I can't quite remember. The SPI goes from 97 to 2000, I believe, or it might be 97 to 2003 as well. But I know for a fact that the 1.9 liters is from 91 through 96 LX for the 1.9. But you can use these 2 transmissions on the 1.9, but you do have to get the hold on, go over here. You do have to have these right here. So these are the lower transmission mount bracket. You definitely got to have this lower transmission mount bracket to go with that transmission. The ZX2 or the Z-Tech or the SPI transmission, you have to go with these, because the difference is, see these 2 bolts here? These 2 studs are actually farther apart than the 1.9 lower transmission mount bracket. They're closer together. So you definitely have to use this bracket with the mounts to make that transmission work. So yeah, you definitely got to do that. But yeah, also, so this transmission, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are just cases back there, rear cases. And you got 1, 2, 3. these came from the Ford Escort GT 91 through 96. Also can be found in the Mazda Protege 90 to 94. And the Kia Sophia also carries this transmission as well. But the difference with the Kia Sophia transmission is the center, the bell housing is got more reinforcement around it, and it's actually a 28 spline differential instead of a 26 spline. So all of the G series are 26 spline, except for 93 through 97 Ford Probe GT and 95 through 97 Kia Sophia 1.8 BPO5. So these trainees come behind a BPO5. Any Mazda BPO5 will have that transmission behind it, except for the Miata. Of course, Miata's rear-wheel drive. So, but yeah, those the Escort GTs will come with those. The Mazda Protege LXs 90 to 94 will come with these. Also, the Kia Sophia 95 through 97. So, and these here will be anywhere from 97 to 2000, 2003 in the Escort, which is so third generation here, second generation there. The automatics as well. This is from a Ford Escort GT 1.8 automatic, and this is from a Ford Escort LX 1.9 automatic. So 91 through 96 on that, 91 through 96 on that as well. Both of these transmissions they have different bell housings, but they are both 4EAT-F transmissions. Actually, yeah, both of them are 4EAT-F transmissions. So a lot of the parts are interchangeable on those. Also, 97 to 2003, I believe, is also a 4EAT-F, and it's supposed to have an updated valve body, but I haven't had any issues with no valve body stuff, so I really haven't been worried about swapping it. So one of these days I'll get on and I'll actually do a comparison of the two valve bodies and which one has I'll actually be able to show you why they say the 97 is better than the 91 through 96, or 91 through 96 was the first run of them, and then 97 through 2000, 2003, that was the second run of them. So 97 and on was when they were supposed to have the updated valve body. It was either 97 and on or 98 and on, one of the two. But one of these days I'll get in there and I pull one apart. I pulled the 91 through 96 valve body apart, and I did that in a previous video that some of you, I'm pretty sure some of you seen. But I'll be actually doing one for a newer model Escort, probably from 97 and up, just to show why that one is better. I have not even looked into that yet. I've been hearing about it. I've been reading about it. So I'm gonna figure out, you know, what's the hype on it. So, but yeah, I figured I'd get on here and just share my little collection here. And it's not gonna stop here. Like I said, I got 3 more at home. I got 1 more automatic and 2 more 5-speeds, and they're both G series. So, but they're attached to engines. So I wasn't no point in me trying to unbolt those and bring them over here. But I had to bring the ones I had at the house over here to the shop to get them away from the house, so I can just bring them here and store them inside. So, but I also got that right there, extra gear sets, 4G series. And I'm not sure, I don't know if that's because those come from an Escort or a Probe. I'd have to actually look at the gear towers and figure out what they go to. But there's some extra stuff there. And there's some more gear stuff right there, gear sets. I believe this gear set is from the 2003 Mazda Protege MSP. So I believe that's what this tub of gears is, and this one is just some ones that I had, some spare ones. Actually, some of these I actually went up to Orlando, Florida back in 2018 and purchased a few cases and stuff like that from a buddy of mine, Manuel Fernandez. He's real big in the Mazda BG, Protege chassis, Escort chassis, and stuff like that. So they do a lot of stuff with him. So I ended up getting some of his spare stuff that he was ready to get rid of. And actually, I believe that tub right there also came from him with all the gears and stuff in it too. So big shout out to him. I've been buying a lot of parts from him as well. The Kia Sophia 28 spline, half shaft, intermediate shafts and stuff like that. So, but yeah. So also, that's another thing. If you want to go to a 28 spline setup in any of these G series transmissions, the differentials out of, I think I've gone over this before, but differentials out of the probe, 28 spline for the probe, which is second gen GT, which is 93, 97, is 28 spline, and then Kia Sophia 95, 97 is 28 spline. So if you guys decide you want to go with the 28 spline setup, you have to have, let me see, which one is it? I believe it's this one right here. You have to have the 28 spline Kia Sophia intermediate shaft, because it's 20, of course it's 28, the 26 will not work, unfortunately. So you definitely have to make sure that you can get your hands on one of those. If not, you might want to try, I think another one of these over here I have is from a, man, where is it? I want to say it's this one. It might be this one. From the, I think it's from the 2003 Mazda MSP Protege as well. So I believe any BJ Mazda Protege with a G series trans will have a 28 spline setup as well. So that should go from, I want to say 99 or 2000 to 2003. Also has the transmission that has 28 spline setup. So it's a little upgrade. I just did the 28 spline Mazda Speed Protege LSD with 28 spline axles and everything, and it makes a world of difference. The 26 is nice, but it's only a one tire fire, so after a while when you start making power, it wears on it, and then you start breaking axles, and then you start wearing hard on the diff. So I'm glad I caught mine when I did, because my diff roll pin was starting to come out and was actually starting to wallow out the differential, and it was getting ready to actually exit the differential housing. And if it exits the differential housing, it will blow the case all to smithereens. I've done it before. It's not cool. So, but yeah, I just basically want to get on and share my collection of Escort transmissions here. I think I got the Escort transmissions for just about every one. So 91 through 96 here, 97 to 2003 here, or 2000, whatever year it is, and 91 through 96, 91 through 96 on automatic. So, and also this automatic also runs from 97 and 97 to 2000, 2003. So, but yep, so that's basically my collection there, and just wanted to show everyone, you know, give everybody a little visual on these transmissions. Like I said, you know, I collect them because, you know, they're getting hard to come by. So we have a total of 8 Escorts, 2 of them being, is it 8? Yeah, 8 Escorts. 2 of them being a first generation Escort GTs, and then the other 6, well, 5 of them are GTs, and then we have 1 LX. So, but I have 6 second gens and 2 first gens. So between the 2 of us, we have a good amount. So we gotta collect as many parts as we can and hold on to as much stuff as we can. So, you know, just like we have those cradles, I used to call them cradles back in the day, but those lower transmission mount brackets, you know, sometimes those are getting hard to get to. But like I said, man, like there's some part stores online that still offer these parts. You know, some guys on the Escort site, they have some part numbers. I know a good buddy of mine, Tino Velasquez. He has a lot of access to part numbers and stuff like that, and can share them as well if you're on the FEOA site. So you know, he's a good source for that. So finding OEM parts, but I know some of this stuff is unobtainium is really hard to get. So, but thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate you tuning in. Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, just, you know, feel free to message me on YouTube or TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. So I'm on 4 sources of social media. So just wanted to get on here and share my transmission collection with you guys. So, but like I said, there's 3 of them that's still not here. So, oh, I want to touch on one more thing before I get off here. So the G5M transmission, the G-Series transmission, has been known for coming apart, breaking, or what have you. The automatics have been known to be junk. You know, valve bodies go out, blah, 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 blah. But I will share this with you guys. So this particular tranny right here has been around since, early 2000s. I want to say 2000 and 2001, something like that, 99, something like that. The transmission has been in one car. It was in Donatello for several years. I raced with it on the street, raced with it on the track, did everything with it. The only reason why I pulled that out was because I had another one that I wanted to use. So I just set this down. So, I mean, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with this transmission at all. And like I said, I raced it. You know, I street drove it, raced it on the street, all kinds of stuff. On the track, it's all slicks. So, and, you know, not a problem out of it. Same thing with the automatic. As y'all know, Jasmine, you know, the white Escort slush box, she hasn't had any issues with the 2.5 years that she has been racing her car with that 40AT automatic transmission in it. And we recently pulled it apart. And of course, after 2.5 years of street driving, street racing, you know, on the dyno and on the track with slicks, you know, the clutches, of course, was the only thing that wore out. Everything else survived. The valve body, the torque converter, everything else survived. Solenoid still worked. Everything survived. The only thing that didn't was a clutch pack. I mean, what do you expect? Factory transmission, stock clutch packs. Didn't even know how many miles the transmission had on it when we installed it. To be honest with you, one of the daggone torque converter studs was broke off. So, I mean, you know, we don't know what the mileage was on that one. I don't even remember what the mileage was on this one. But the key to making the automatic and the 5-speeds last is keep your maintenance up. Check the fluid, change the fluid, run good fluid. Don't put ATF in these 5-speed gearboxes. The 5-speed gearbox is not designed for automatic transmission fluid at all. It doesn't coat the gears. It doesn't do anything for the gears at all. When the gears mesh together, that ATF flash off pretty quick once it gets hot. ATF can only be a certain temperature before it actually starts flashing off and liquefying. And then in a 5-speed, that's definitely not what you want, because your gears will become hot, they become brittle, and then they'll break. And a lot of people say, well, man, I'll go down the road and my G-Series just came apart. Well, you run an ATF? Well, yeah, okay, that's the problem. Well, that's what the factory calls for. Right, the factory does say just put ATF in it. But what the factory don't tell you is they only did that for gas mileage for these cars. And honestly, I don't think that putting automatic transmission fluid in a 5-speed is going to make that much difference in a car that already gets good gas mileage as it is. I drive a 95 Escort GT every day, back and forth to work. It was a daily. It's got 85 140 high performance Lucas transmission gear oil in it, and that gives great gas mileage. I can ride a whole week before I have to put any gas in the car. So and I drive an hour and a half to work every day. So same with the, same thing with the automatic. We'll scratch that for a minute. But back to the 5-speeds. Yeah, make sure you run. Didn't mean to skip like that, but make sure you guys run. I run 85-140 high performance Lucas. That's really, really good for these. I did a video actually not too long ago on that actual fluid. So the transmission fluid versus the gear oil to use. So the two good ones. So if you guys are not sure what I'm talking about, just like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and go through my videos, and you'll see where I was actually talking about the Lucas 85-140 gear oil high performance, and then the I think it's called I can't remember the name of the automatic transmission fluid that I was talking about. I think it's called, let me see, I might have something here. Let me see. Yeah, yep, sure do. Wolfhead synthetic. And that's the gear oil I'm talking about right there, the high performance stuff, heavy duty. So that will definitely that gear oil will actually help these transmissions last a while, even under abuse. Donatello's making almost close to 400 horsepower, wheel horsepower, and I'm on the same transmission that I was on back in 2019 when I brought the car back out. No, take that back. 2018 when I brought the car back out. So, and I had some issues, had a motor fail on me and stuff like that. So, but that transmission that's in the car now is the one I've been running. No, I take that back. This one was still in the car in 2018. 2019, I'm running the one that I just recently put the MSP, Mazda Speed Protege differential in. So, yeah, I've been running that transmission since 2019, and street driving, racing it. It's been on the dyno. Keep your fluid clean, guys. Keep your fluid changed. That right there makes all the difference. Do not run ATF in these trainees. That's what kills them. A lot of people don't know that. That's what kills these transmissions. ATF. And then a lot of guys run ATF forever, don't ever change the fluid, and then it liquefies, and then it breaks down, and then you don't have nothing to support, lubricate the bearings, the gears, nothing. And then, yeah, of course, it'll come apart. Because driving it, long periods of time like that, over the years,